Hello everyone, welcome to the director's commentary of Cross, written and directed by me, Dan Pellicano. I would just like to take this time to mention that if you have not seen the play itself in the non-commentary form, I would pause and go ahead and watch that first, and come back and watch the director's commentary, because I will be talking about stuff that happens later on in the actual play, and you don't want to give anything away for you. So, you can go ahead and do that. But otherwise, if you have seen the play, we can just jump right into it. So here we have the opening scene. Intro on Dennis Browne playing Luke there in the chair, and Nicole Weaver playing Eva. And it's actually weird watching this now, because this is the first time I've actually watched the video or done anything involved with the actual play in about a year and a couple months. It went up in November of 2010, I believe it was, and it is now January 2012, so it's been quite a long time for me being away from this production, and it was a very, very good production. It was my first directorial job, my first writing job. It was the first thing I ever went through from start to finish and actually felt comfortable with. But as I was saying, this scene, or maybe I wasn't saying, I'm kind of losing track of myself here, keeping my eye on two things at once. But this scene was actually written very, very late in the game, as the people involved could probably verify. This was not actually written until maybe a week or maybe a week and a half at the most before we went up. So this scene was kind of pulled together at kind of last minute, and it worked out pretty well. I mean, I like the scene. I like how it played out, and I think it is a really nice compliment to the ending scenes that we have with Eva, because in the original versions of the script, that there wasn't really that much involved with Eva. I mean, I really liked the scenes that she was in, but there just wasn't enough material for her, and it seemed like such a waste of a character to have, an important character, one of the four characters in the show, and her only do, a little bit in comparison to the others. So in addition to getting some notes from the overseeing director, Dennis Russo, it was, to kind of add more and tell more about the plot right in the beginning. It was nice to see Nicole Weaver get some more work done here as Eva, because she works the part phenomenally, and it was really nice to see her get another scene. It was very, very fun to write scenes for Eva and Luke together. So that was the first scene. I said nothing about the scene itself, except those were my mom's teacups there on the table. It's the only thing that I have to mention. But here we are into the second scene. We are now on a rooftop, and enter Tyler Mussel as Angelo, and Gavar Kelly as Drake, and we got these three bros here hanging out, and this was probably my favorite scene between the three of them in the entire play. It was the most difficult scene to write. It was the first scene that we kind of really got into, because I didn't want it to be kind of rushed at the end. I wanted there to be enough time to do it, and because there's a lot of different blocking and lots of different things going on in the scene at once, and I just wanted to make sure that it got the time that it needed, and it did, because it works out very well. Gavar. Gavar is being awesome again. Gavar just does nothing but be awesome. He's wearing my t-shirt there. He stole my t-shirt. But yeah, no, this is great. I really loved the way Tyler and Gavar kind of play off each other, because they are completely opposite. I mean, aside from the fact that one's black and one's white, which is kind of, if you want to look at it on the surface, one is black and one is white. But also these guys they're peas in a pod, in the sense that they're so opposite, just who they are as people, as actors, that they fit so well together, and it was a great joy being able to direct these guys, and especially with Dennis there playing Luke. Counterbalances to both of them, because they bring a certain energy and Dennis brings a certain energy, and I didn't really have to do much directing other than move here, pick up this, put this down, go over here, say this line on this time. But other than that, they really just they took the scene and made it their own. many, many good days just watching these guys. And so there's a lot of subliminal kind of messages here. Not that I'm going to be flashing pictures at you through the course of the video, but that you know of. But there's a lot of things going on that are set up in the beginning that you don't really find out until the end. And because I think that's really cool how the punchline comes before the setup, particularly in this. And if you've seen the show or if you've watched the show on YouTube live, you'll understand what that means by the time it gets to the end. Oh, pizza. Dennis got the lucky slice. He got the Sicilian slice. Not Spumoni Gardens. Shameless plug, but it'll do.
This is private property. I used to work at this cinema.
I've always loved that line because they threw that in there very, very late in the game. The whole line about from down there you blend to the sky. It was originally Drake was originally intended to be a white guy. Not that I wanted to just snowball the whole cast and make everybody white. Gavar kind of fell into the position of playing Drake very naturally because he just picks up that kind of energy very well. But the line about from down there you blend to the sky was not a commentary on him being black until Dennis and Tyler made it that way. And in one of the rehearsals, that line about it, when Dennis says just don't smile, he kind of threw that out there in the middle of the rehearsal. Everybody laughed. And then, of course, once that was solid, and I was like, we have to keep that line because it's just that funny. Gavar kind of threw in his nothing's going to happen marshmallow line because Tyler is the whitest of white people, aside from somebody you might find in Book of Mormon. But I originally wanted Gavar to actually say nothing's going to happen snowman, but he liked the marshmallow comment better. And of course, this moment here playing on the fact that these two guys are just polar opposites. Angelo, played by Tyler here, and then White is, he's highly intelligent and he's articulate. Gavar just sees things on the surface, or not Gavar, Drake sees stuff on the surface. And of course, anything that is not said by Jeff Goldblum is not true in this world, in this reality. So, these guys make really, really good too. I was so pleased to work with them. Damn right, Hans fucking Gruber. And Ewan McGregor. That Ewan McGregor comment was actually bouncing in and out of limbo for a while because I was afraid that not too many people would know who Ewan McGregor is. I mean, he's I guess you could say between A and B list celebrity, so they got less laughs than I would have liked, but still, he's my one celebrity man crush. Awkward pause.
I nearly had a fucking heart attack. Well, you can say that like it's normal.
Only a select few people in the audience will get that Mace Windu line. So, again, another joke that was ad-lib that was thrown in by Dennis about Gavar being black. Because there were many, comments about us, about Gavar being black. Not that we don't like the fact that Gavar is black, because Gavar is one of the most coolest dudes I'll ever fucking meet. I'll lie down in traffic with Gavar. But the character of Drake was actually not intended to be black. As I said before, he was intended to be white. And I might get into that in maybe one of the other commentaries and one of the other commentary tracks that we plan on doing for this. But Gavar, like I said, just has that kind of that energy. He came in, and I had only known him through the through the auditions and stuff, and then we eventually worked later on a different play at the school. And I had known Tyler for a long time, since pretty much my first day at the college. Tyler was there, and so I knew what Tyler could do, and I knew that he could play the role of Angelo, very well. And then Gavar came in, and he fucking wowed me. And then Dennis came in, and he rang my bells because he was a godsend. Anybody who knows me, and this is for my friends and stuff watching, but they know that I was, or they've probably heard the story that for the first set of Student Written in 1X, I was pretty much the Luke of another guy's play, Joe DiStefano, who produced and wrote Huffpuff a Fable for the first set of Student 1 acts, and he said that I kind of came in last minute and it kind of was everything that he needed for the character at the time. And then during auditions, Dennis came in and did the exact same thing for me. I mean, he auditioned, and I was like, I am holding on to this dude because he is exactly what I need, and he's a really cool guy too. He just knows how to work the words. So.